Hello everyone, thank you for joining. Today my colleague Ahmed and I will demonstrate our famous CPR plus D trainer. Just to introduce ourselves, my name is Natalie. I'm from Simulead. I'm based in Lebanon and I handle Levant region. My colleague Ahmed Hassan, he's from Simulead, based in KSA, and he's our senior technical engineer. A quick introduction for the trainer before we proceed to the demonstration. I will share my screen. Okay, I believe you are able to see my screen. As I said, today's demonstration is on HAL S315.600.250 CPR plus D trainer with Omni 2. As the name refers to CPR plus D, this is not only a CPR trainer and airway trainer, it's a plus D, which means a defibrillation as well. So when we say CPR plus D, it is CPR, airway, and defibrillation. A quick note that we can use our real AED monitors, our real defibrillators, and we can give real shock to our simulator. When we say Omni 2 is the operating software, GOMARD operating software that is already installed on Android tablet. As you can see, this is the trainer. We have the torso along with the Omni 2 tablet, the software installed on Android tablet. A quick note that we can install Omni 2 on any Android smartphone and on any Android tablet. It's a durable, easy to use and portable simulator, the torso. As you can see, we have the carry, we just, if you have BLS session anywhere, you can just take it with you. It's ultra portable, the torso along with the Omni 2 tablet. When we say it's a hybrid simulator, sorry for the delay. Okay. When we say hybrid BLS and ACLS simulator, what do we mean by? BLS refers to basic life support. ACLS refers to advanced cardiac life support. This simulator S315.600, which is the CPR plus D, according to your inquiry, you can offer those simulators. If you have a BLS inquiry, you offer the torso with the Omni 2, which is CPR plus D as well. The defibrillation is built in. And when you have ACLS inquiry, you offer the full body trainer along with the ECG, along with the full body integration, ECG and the virtual monitor. As you can see down, this is the virtual monitor. Okay, so the package content for the BLS, it is the torso along with the Omni 2 tablet. For ACLS, the torso becomes, you get the full body configuration. So you have the HAL S315.600 as a full body, along with the Omni 2, along with the ECG built-in jacket, defibrillation is already built in, and your virtual monitor. So the vital signs monitor, it is in order for the participants to see all the parameters, and it changes real time when you change on the controller. Airway and breathing, here are the features of the simulator. Both 315.600 for the BLS or ACLS, both we can practice nasal and oral intubation. Our simulator has a realistic anatomy, realistic tongue, vocal cords, and trachea. You can use ET tubes, supraglottic airway device, iGel, King LT. So you can use all of these devices for the airway in order to intubate the patient. You can the maneuvers, the head tilt, chin lift, and jaw thrust can be done on this simulator in order to do the intubation and even the ventilation by using the BVM, the ambo bag. When we do excessive ventilation or esophageal intubation, this means that the ET tube is not directly into the lungs, a gastric distension will appear. So you will see that the stomach is inflating. You have, when you do correct ventilation by using your ambo bag, so you intubate your patient, you put the ET tube, and then you do the ambo bag for ventilation. If you did it correctly, you will realize that you have unilateral chest rise. So you have chest rise, visible chest rise for both left and right lungs. Spontaneous breathing automatic. What do we mean for this option? This is a perfect option because when you have your simulator on, it's on, you have all the time when it's on continuous breathing. So it's automatic, it's not, it doesn't turn off. And according to the rhythm, sure, we will see how. And ventilation detection sensor. So when we do a correct ventilation, there are sensors that tells us it's a good, correct and efficient ventilation so that it will evaluate the participant. About circulation, we have anatomically correct landmarks for proper CPR hand placement. As you know, the landmarks in order to do a CPR, it's in the mid of the chest, so it has a proper CPR hand placement landmarks. A realistic chest cavity, resistance, and recoil. This means that when we do a CPR, there's an important thing that when we go down doing the CPR, we should do the full recoil in order for the blood to fill in the heart and then do the CPR effectively. Chest compression depth sensor. So as I said, we have a sensor for ventilation in order to log and evaluate the participant if they are doing correct ventilation. The same for the chest compression. We have a sensors under the beneath the jacket that when we do a correct chest compression, it will evaluate as with it efficient compression. Real-time CPR feedback. So it's automatically, when we do a CPR, automatically it's evaluating and grading the participant. Generate palpable carotid pulse with variable rate synchronized with ECG. For example, we have a library. Now we will see for the cardiac rhythms, we have 20 plus rhythms, shockable and non-shockable for the ACLS. This is important, and as well as for the BLS, by using so you can select the ECG that you want and it will generate palpable carotid pulses. So we can palpate the carotid and we see if there are pulses in case the cardiac rhythm was with pulse. Monitor and cardiovert rhythms using a real AED defibrillator. As I said, for this simulator, you can use real equipment airway, like instruments. You use your real AED, the hospital AED, the defibrillator. You use your real ECG. You put the simulator on real ECG leads, and the rhythm will appear on the real ECG monitor. We can deliver up to 360 joules of real energy when we put the patches, so we can give real shock. And for the option which comes with 4-lead ECG, it is for the second option that I have showed in the first slide. To make it short, this is everything about the features and main specs and features for the simulator. This is the Omni 2 interface, but I will not waste my time explaining here. We will see it for the demo. Okay, any questions before we move to the demonstration to show the software and how we connect and how we do CPR, and at the end a report will be generated in order to evaluate our CPR. Any questions?
I have a questions. When the full body order is coming, the all-in-one systems without tablet. This is
You're asking if this is possible to order the full body without tablet?
no, as a package, the full body
Yeah.
will come
Okay.
with the all-in-one plus tablet.
Right. Yeah. Right. So let me
Okay.
just make it clear. So the BLS, this code number S315.600.250 comes with the torso along with the Omni 2. Whereas the full body,
sorry.
yeah, when I say Omni 2, it's this operating software that is installed on an Android tablet. That is, you will get the software plus the tablet.
Okay. And the full body, it is with the full options of
Full
test.
option. Exactly, it's full body. Here you can see the difference. You have arms and legs added. You have the Omni 2 because this is your controller. You have the virtual monitor. This is the vital signs monitor in order to display all the parameters. And you have the ECG jacket added, built in for the simulator. So it's dedicated for ACLS courses, for advanced cardiac life support courses. So don't confuse with the reference items. Just let us know when you have an inquiry. If it's ACLS, we will offer the full package, having the full body, the controller, the vital signs monitor, and the ECG jacket.
And PLS, it is without leg and hand,
Right.
and only the options he can test what it is above.
Yes.
It is
So
mean
for the
not
BLS,
all
for this one, you don't. Let me make it clear. For both BLS and ACLS, you can add your vital signs monitor. So it's an optional. You buy it as an optional add-on. Now we will see in the demonstration that we have the torso, we have the controller, and we have both the virtual monitor, which is this one, the vital signs monitor.
Yeah, this is really I am interested because I need to learn more about your product because I am focusing for Iraq market, and I needed to
yeah, I know.
to
Sure, with
understand more and more about because when I go to university, the big problem I have the budget with
yes.
I needed to give him what he want exactly. Maybe I don't need to give him something he will not using, and
Yeah,
he pay more. After that, he refused this. Maybe he go to another brand. He have a fix only this and lower price. I needed to understand this really to help me to explain.
Yeah, no worries, with pleasure. Just every question you want to ask, just let me know, and we can clarify everything. Okay, so you can ask me as much as questions you want. So, okay.
Thank you.
But hopefully, I have answered your question that you have asked about.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Buck. Any other questions before we move to the software part?
Just Natalie, I have one question. Thank you for the presentation. Does it compatible with the new guidelines, especially when it comes to the ACLS regarding the CPR feedback? Now it's worldwide. Yeah.
Yes, it's compatible with the AHA guidelines, the American Heart Association guidelines. So once you receive the simulator, by default, you have the settings saved according to your American Heart Association latest guidelines. But we have a good option, just to mention. Thank you for your question. We have an option that the instructor can put the settings and save the settings as per their desirable compression and ventilation. Okay, so you can, it's by default American Heart Association guidelines. So everything related to the rate of the compression, to the depth of the compression, how deep we are going, how we are doing a good CPR, going fast and hard. Sorry. You have another option to save your own settings. So we will see how you can calibrate and save it according to your settings. So if an instructor wants all the participants to follow his guidelines, this is possible. But if they want to follow the American Heart Association guidelines, again, this is possible. It is already saved by default. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, yes, sure. Thank you. Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you. Okay, any other questions? Okay, I believe we're good. Okay. My colleague Ahmed is in KSA, so the demo unit is in KSA. Therefore, he will assist us to share his Omni 2 screen. Along with the, as we can see here, we have the torso with the virtual monitor. This is an optional add-on. We can buy it with the torso. And can you please, Ahmed, share your Omni 2 screen? Okay, sorry for the delay, but
yes, can you make me presenter, please?
for the Omni 2, okay, I did. Okay, excellent. So Ahmed is sharing the controller screen. This is the instructor controller. This is the tablet where the instructor changes the vital signs, the parameters, the cardiac rhythms, everything related to the settings. And everything we change here on the controller, they will appear on the virtual monitor in real time automatically. Okay, so if we change the rhythm, if we put sinus, we will see on the virtual monitor sinus rhythm. Sorry, we cannot, I'm not sure if we can see the virtual monitor beside the torso, but we can do it later on. Okay. So now to start with the software, one thing before I start, we have a wireless communication between the tablet and the torso. Okay, it's connected through Bluetooth, so we do not have wires linked between the controller and the simulator for both, if it was full body or torso. As you can see above, we have the green lights. The green dots. This means that our simulator is connected successfully. Our controller is connected successfully with the trainer. Ahmed, if we can just go to the interfaces. So here we have the favorite, which is I select what parameters I want to appear on the virtual monitor. Okay, the vitals. Okay, here are the vitals. So if we put minus or plus, it will appear. So the icons that we wanted to appear on our controller, we just put it, and we change the numbers, the parameters according to our scenario that we want to have. You have the respiratory rate, inspiration percent, oxygen saturation, EtCO2, EtCO2 expiration obstruction, so everything related to respiration and EtCO2 and SpO2. Now for the cardiac, here you have the cardiac rhythm. Can you please click on the cardiac rhythm? So here we have a library of 20 plus cardiac rhythms, and we can select. So once we click on the cardiac rhythm, all of these rhythms can appear, and the instructor can select the rhythm that they want according to their scenario. Okay, for example, now my patient is sinus, it's in normal state. If I want to have, for example, ventricular tachycardia, VFib, I can change any of them. Okay, let's go to, please go back, Ahmad. Okay, blood pressure wave, heart rate. So we can state the heart rate that we want, the blood pressure values, and the temperature. Okay, so all the parameters that we have put it here will appear automatically on the virtual monitor. According to the CPR, so the favorite vital CPR, just to see the interface of the CPR. Okay, so this is the controller interface for the CPR. Let me start from the beginning. When we press on the start button down, the session will start. So we have we have two people, one doing compression and the other doing ventilation. When they start doing CPR, we press on the start button and we evaluate their performance. To start with no flow time. No flow time is the time that we are wasting while doing compression, and when we finish the 30 compression, we should do the ventilation. So this is the no flow time. It's the time that we are wasting. It shouldn't be high. It should maximum be 5 seconds. So this evaluates how serious or how efficient a CPR will be done. We have CPR plus a CPR ratio. So here we in the settings we put, for example, 32, and we have detectors that every CPR, every compression we are doing, it calculates. So it will appear 1, 2, 3, 4. Every CPR calculates and every ventilation calculates. Okay. So when someone finishes compression, 30 compression, the one that is dealing with the ventilation will do 2 compression. The wave here beside the CPR ratio, it's the number of cycles the participants are doing. So if we do 30 compression, 2 ventilation, this is the first cycle. Second cycle should be done. So usually they do 3 to 4 or maybe 5 cycles. It depends. The session time, the moment I pressed on the start, it's the session time like a stopwatch. Now here the graph. This is the important criteria. We should also look at it. The compression rate, the compression depth, ventilation duration, and ventilation PEEP. What do we mean by compression rate? It is how fast we are doing the compression. So our target, according to the American Heart Association, the target is to have 100 compressions per minute. So this is our objective. We put as 100 compressions per minute. And the sensors, while someone doing the compression, the sensors will detect how many compressions per minute they did. The same thing will be applied in the compression depth. So how deep we are doing our compression. It should be 4 to 6 centimeters, for example. So here you can see down in the blue, you see target of 100 compression per minute, target of 5.3 centimeters. And that circle, the white circle, should be always in the green zone. okay, in order to monitor if they are doing right. Same things will be applied on the ventilation settings. So for the compression, we have the rate, the frequency, and the depth, how deep we are going. For the ventilation, again, you have the duration, how much time I'm taking to ventilate my patient, and as well as the peak. Okay. Down, you have the metronome. Metronome is it is for coaching and not testing. What do we mean? When a student wants to do a self-learning, this is important thing to mention. So the students, the participants should do self-learning. They should go to the simulation center by schedule and do CPR and monitor themselves. And every time they should do this skills in order to make sure that they are doing every time right. And believe me, every time they will be better than before. Okay, so this is, and the one in green down on the left, it's when you give AED shocks. Okay. Let me just, yes. So here you can select if you want to do how you give how many joules of real shock. Okay, so you specify, for example, I want to, it's up to 360. Maybe I start with 220 and I give a shock. So I say clear for the people and I give real shock. And the simulator will respond to that real shock automatically, as if I'm dealing with my real patient. Okay. And now, sorry, we don't have AED to try, but this is just for. Okay, Ahmed, can you just click on the cancel to go back? Sorry for the delay. Ahmed.
Yes, sorry, 1 second.
So this is the CPR interface. Just before I forget, the metronome, I said it's for coaching, so that the students, while doing the self-learning or self-practice for this CPR skills, alarming sounds will appear. So when they do compression, they will hear when to do the 30 compressions. So there is an alarm will appear when doing so. When we click on metronome, the sound will start so that the student can know the pace of the compression need to be done.
Can you make me a presenter again, please?
For the Omni 2, you have two Omni 2. Okay, I did.
I have a question here, Natalie.
Yes.
Yeah, is there any specific tablet can we use for the Omni, for the controller, I mean? Why I'm asking this question, because we had, you know, let's say, another experience with the different products that there is a specific tablet comes with the mannequin, and if it's get damaged or something wrong in the software, so we need to replace the whole, yeah, with the license, with the new license. So what about this one?
Yes, good question. The torso comes with the tablet, but if it's broken or something happened or an instructor forgot the tablet in another room, you can install that Omni 2 software, the operating software. It's for free of charge on multiple users, so on any Android smartphone or tablet. Okay, it should be Android, any tablet or smartphone. Even you can control all these parameters by using your Android phone. Okay, so so no need for licenses. It's free upgrade, lifetime license, free upgrades, free updates. So no worry about that. So you can install it on any Android smartphone or any Android tablet.
Great, thank you.
I have a question. If the customer needed to take the demo without the tablet, he have a tablet to reduce the cost.
Unfortunately, this is not possible. Because when you want to buy the CPR torso or the full body, it's a package the manufacturer sells. So you don't have that option to just get the CPR and you buy a tablet and you take the link for the Omni 2. It's already for free and you download it on your own laptop, on your own tablet. Okay, but once you get this package, which is the tablet, installed Omni 2 plus the torso, and then you want many tablets to have as a controller, you can do that. Okay.
The application, it is on Android store, free.
Right, on the Play Store, free. You can download it, and we can assist you, send you a link. You can download it on your smartphone or on your tablet, and you can operate automatically. The only thing you have to do, you download the app, and you just open a Bluetooth and put the serial number of the torso, and they will be linked to each other.
Okay,
once
fantastic.
you see the upper 5 green dots, this means that your controller is successfully wirelessly linked to the torso or the full body.
It is like the tablet, it is 2 GB enough RAM?
Ahmed, as an engineer, I think he will be better to answer this question, but yes, I think it's enough.
It is like, and which version of Android you are giving with the tablet? Android 8.1, 10, what the version? This is also very important because
yes, sure.
any manufacturer depend
yes,
on
thank
that.
you for your question. Ahmed Hassan, can you answer this question? Is it 2 GB RAM enough?
I will have to check this, but I can send it to you by today, the spec sheet that's required for the tablet. I will send it by today.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we will check the minimum requirement and send it to you.
And also the when you mention the all-in-one also is coming, or now what we see on the demo, it is you are using tablet, a laptop.
A laptop, right? So it's
Also
you have
we needed the specifications of the laptops also for all-in-one to understand that.
Just yeah, thank you for your question. Just to give you a hint, that this virtual monitor, you have 2 options. If you have budget limitation, you can just buy the activation code and install it on the university's own laptop. So it's
Fantastic.
half of the price.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
this is we are looking forward to reduce the cost, because
exactly.
we
I fully understand.
as our business, we are doing we are distributor for all big brand name, and we have very good relationship, and we can get special price when any project going to education. and university. I needed to use this options what I have it to reduce the price on
Yeah,
hardware.
yeah, sure.
I'm focusing only on your hardware as the Melican and the softwares to be compatible with any hardware recommendation from your team. I needed to understand the recommendations, the minimum configurations.
Yeah,
After
sure.
that,
It's your right. So, okay. Okay, I understand your question. So just to clarify, as I said, if you have a budget limitation, you can just buy the activation code. On any, so what you do, you take the laptop of the university, you download the GoMart Vitals. This is a operating software for the virtual monitor. It's free of charge. And every time you have upgrades, again, it's free of charge. No licenses will be charged. And you install that activation code on the virtual monitor so that you will have that screen automatically appear when you change parameters. Okay, so if you have budget limitation, you can do that. You can just buy the activation code. This is something not related to the software. The softwares and the licenses are free of charge. This is just activation code. You buy it and you install it on any Windows tablet, any Windows laptop. If you don't have budget limitation, all-in-one touch screen will come along with the simulator, which already downloaded, installed on it the software along with the activation code, but it's double the price. Okay.
I needed to understand also the Melican at what you have. What's the main spare parts and how long will be like I needed like a schedule or something give us details because your experience handle you making business with the many university, you understand which product, which spare part needed,
yeah,
and how long will be
good
need.
question. Okay, good question. Fortunately, for this simulator, no need to buy consumables. Okay, since you have nothing to use in terms of okay, the only consumable you can use is the mineral oil. Okay, let me just clarify. As I said, this simulator is dedicated for airway CPR defibrillation, and you can have also ECG as an optional add-on. So for the airway, when you intubate your patient in the hospital, you use KY jelly. This is a lubricant. But here in simulators, in GoMart simulators specifically, there is something we call it mineral oil. It's a bottle of a lubricant. You should, every time doing intubation, you should lubricate your laryngoscope and the ET tube, King LT, LMA. So the devices that you are using, you should lubricate them in order to increase the shelf life of the internal anatomy. So this is the only consumable that you are using. If you are using it friendly, so no misuse happened, it will last for many years without having any replaceable item. What I mean for if you are not misusing, you have on the jacket, you have two leads that you have to put pads in order to do the defibrillation. Okay, so this is a thing, how they defibrillate the patient in the hospital. They put two patches and they give a shock. You don't give shock directly to the skin. So here, if you put it that patches and you give a shock, it will last forever. But if you don't put the patches or the pads and you directly give the shock on that area, it will have a misuse, and you should change the jacket. Okay, so that's the only thing that that you use a consumable. So as consumables, you use mineral oil for, it's a bottle, it's like 20K. It's a cheap product for the airway, and other than that, if you are using it correctly, it lasts for many years. Okay.
Okay, really, this is helpful, and I hope also get this information details later on.
Yeah, about consumables.
Yes.
Yes, Hossam will assist you for that.
Thank you.
But why you don't need
Sure.
consumables? You are not injecting. You are not doing intravenous. You are not doing. So you don't need to have blood concentrates, veins, skins, surgical tracheostomy, skins. So you are not doing that procedure. That's why you are not. You don't use consumables. You are not having that consumables. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for your question. To proceed with the software, as I said, we have the option to put our settings, or by default proceed with the AHA settings. But let me just show it to you how we change the settings. Ahmed, can you please go to the settings, the gear button? Okay, so we go to the settings, the third one. Okay, here we can change everything related to the settings. So first of all, CPR default settings. If we are dealing with an adult simulator, with a newborn simulator, with a pediatric simulator, so according to the mannequin that we are using. Okay, just to say something before I forgot, is that you can use the same interface to many simulators. So if you have a pediatric simulator, you can use from the same interface. If you have adult, if you have newborn, so you can use the same interface to many items. Compression ratio. So here by default, it's 30 compression to ventilation. For newborns, for example, I think it's 15:1. For pediatrics, it's like the adult. So you can just click on it and change the values that you want. If you can just show it to us, Ahmad. Compression ratio. Okay, you click on it and you increase and decrease as much as you want. Okay, try to have it 15, for example. Compression, okay, 15, and over 1, the ventilation, this is possible. It will be saved as 15/1. So when we do the compression ventilation during the testing or the teaching, they will record the cycles according to the ratio that we have put here. But now let's leave it 32, since we are using the adult. Okay, and the ventilation too. So 30 compressions and 2 ventilations. This is the first cycle. Compression rate, as I said, 100 to 120 compressions per minute. So this is our objective. Depth 4.8 to 5.8, so it depends, 4 to 6 centimeter deep. So while doing compression, the participant should go deep 4 to 6 centimeters in order to reach the objectives that we have in order to have in the evaluation efficient CPR. Release threshold, so how much I did the full recoil if you want. And settings for the ventilation. So first we have settings for the compression. Settings for the ventilation, the rate, how fast I'm ventilating my patient. The duration, it took me how long to do the duration of the ventilation. The PEEP. And down we have the automatic responses, which is the AED, how I'm pacing my patient. If we can go down. Okay, so this is related to automatic responses for the AED, and down it's the version. Every time the manufacturers release a latest version, you can update your version for free of charge. Okay, this is a good point to mention. Okay, please press on done. Now we want to do the application. We saw the main things, how we change the settings, how by default will appear, how is the interface for the controller, how we select the rhythm and the pulses. For example, if we want to go to the vitals and select a VFib patient, okay, me as an instructor, I want to have to play a scenario, for example. Cardiac rhythm, I want to VFib, ventricular fibrillation. You have option to choose very coarse, fine, very fine. Let's choose coarse. Apply now. Okay. As you can see, by default, when we put ventricular fibrillation, our heart rate will be 0. So now, if we can, okay. Ahmed, we want to test something just to let them, if we go to the CPR and start with our recording, please reset the values. Okay. Ahmed is alone, so we don't have another person to do the ventilation, but just to show to you how the compressions are being detected, okay, in our interface, and how a report will be generated at the end. So Ahmed, what we want to do is when you start doing compression, okay, please start to do, you have clicked on the start button. Please proceed with the compression. Okay. Ahmed is doing compression. It's a little bit of delay, but now you will see the ratio. Okay. Every compression he's doing, we are checking here on the CPR ratio that he's doing till now, he did 9 compressions. Please stop it. Let's see how fast and deep he was. Okay, a report will be generated. So what's this report? Date, time, compression performed by Ahmed Hassan. If we have, if we want to do a full cycle, we want someone to do the ventilation. Ventilation performed by Natalie, let's say. These are the results. So we did 1 cycle, but it wasn't full because we didn't do ventilation. As you can see, compression rate 63. So our target is 100 to 120. Okay, so he was slow. Depth 5, so he was deep. Full recoil, we should have 100%. So the thing is that Ahmed did a CPR, but he didn't go down and up in order for the heart to fill in the blood. And we can have as much as cycles we want, like as I said, according to the case. You can have 3 or 4 cycles, and you can see here statistics for each and every cycle that we are doing. So no flow time. He wasted 20 seconds, which is too bad. Compression count 4+, so he did 5 incomplete recoil. He didn't release his hand completely. He was slow. Our target is 100 to 100 compressions per minute. Compression depth, he did out of 4, he did 3 in target, which is good, and 1 under target. And the same thing will be applied for the ventilation if we will do it. So this report, we can save it, we can send by email or print as a PDF file and give our participants. And each and every time, they will feel themselves doing better because they are practicing on it every time. Okay, so thank you, Ahmad. We have covered most of the specs. I hope it was clear, and I will be happy to receive your questions to answer accordingly. Okay, for the virtual monitor.
Excuse me.
Yes, Mr. Abdullah.
Thank you so much for your good presentations. Thank you for your group also. I would like to ask you about connections, about the screen. Now you're showing the screen, the vital signs and ECG and everything through the laptop. It can be through the screen and without laptop. I mean, can be touched directly to the mannequins or through the laptop.
Yeah, the thing is that we couldn't simultaneously share 2 screens. So we had the option either to share screen with the tablet, which is the controller, or the virtual monitor. But if you can just see, everything we change on the controller in real time at the same moment. For example, we put VFib. Now it appears on the virtual monitor at in real time, the ECG VFib rhythm. Okay. But
okay, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, but we weren't able to share 2 screens. Okay, but in your real setup, you will have both. You will see both that automatically in real time. Once you change things on your controller, it will appear on the virtual monitor.
You mean no need for the laptop to be used? You can be through the screen directly from the mannequins. This is what you mean?
No, what I mean is that you have many options. So if you are in a class, the instructor is using the controller in order to change the rhythms, the settings, and to monitor their participants or the students. This screen is found inside the classroom, so that the students will see everything is changing. Okay, so they should check the rhythms. In ACLS, this is mainly used. Okay, before they defibrillate the patient, they should check every time the rhythms. So this laptop should stay beside the patient.
Okay, thank you so much.
Excuse me, I can help you or something. If you don't want to show a laptop inside the room, what we do is we put a mini PC. It's a small PC, like small, and it fits in your hand, and we put it behind the screen, and it's a Windows based, and we put our software on it, and it automatically generates the vitals on the screen directly. So if you don't want to have a laptop inside the room.
Okay, thank you so much.
And also you can use your real ECG. Okay, you can put the ECG leads on the simulator, and you can see on your real equipment the rhythm that are changing from our controller. Okay, again, you have that option as well.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for good answer. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Yes, Mr. Bar. Okay. Okay, Ahmed, if you can just change the rhythms, put a normal patient sinus, and when you apply, we should see all the parameters displayed on this.
I already did this sinus. But heart rate is low, sorry.
Okay. Okay. Any questions? If no one has a question, thank you for your attention, everyone, and we are good to leave.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Natalie.
Thank you so much. Thank you. See you later.
Welcome. See you.
See you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.